Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Empress Aries 888. My name is Tanya. Well, please like on the way in, 2 thumbs up. It gives me an energetic donation to the channel, helps me tune into why are you. Flip the roles as you see fit. Take what resonates out of this reading and leave the rest. And please, let's get this party started by calling in spirit. Spirit guides and angels of your whitest light, please give me a clear message for the collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel these messages and protect my beautiful collective. And thank you so much for tuning in, showing up, and showing out. I so appreciate you. Yes, you're looking at this beautiful view. Uh, it's a beautiful area. So let's get started here with a little bit of Reiki. We got a protection stone, which is black tourmaline. Spirit. Okay, protect my collective. And I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. All right, and here we go. And then I have black, I'm saying it wrong or right, obsidian. Oh, go, a couple of passes of that, and also tonight, stick, pass it through. There you go. All right. Plus I got my little, oops, I love them so much. All right, protect us, spirit. I have my beautiful sound bowl that's got a bunch of things on it, so we're not going to touch that. I have my coffee. Hopefully you have a beverage of your choice. This is a 3 tarot reading plus some oracle cards. Let's get started, Spirit. Any message for the overall collective? I see the sun here, and it's not the weather. The sun is out, so there's understanding of a situation, an enlightened situation. Something is being revealed, or a light spotlight is shining on a person. And it's a star, it's saying here. The star is a wish fulfillment, maybe a person who is becoming a star in the spotlight. Somebody is being spotlighted. Somebody perhaps that was judged. Judgment is here. Judged harshly. Yes, a truth is coming out about a person judged. A star. Yeah, somebody that was maybe a person who is an introvert. Somebody who is a hermit or went into hermit state. Somebody that hasn't been around. All of a sudden they pop up, they pop off, and they're like, what happened here? This person went in incognito, and now all of a sudden they're everywhere. People are talking about this person everywhere. Their name is being said everywhere. Yeah. That's what it sounds like. Let's do it. Let's find out. Spirit, confirm or deny. And I have to say, thank you so much for sharing this energy exchange. Thank you so much for sharing your energy here. It's welcome. It's appreciated. And if it bothers some people that I am honest, that is the whole point of my being here, to give these readings. Honesty. And it sometimes honesty hurts. The truth hurts, right? Isn't that a saying? It's not meant to insult. I feel like maybe at times my message can be very forceful. My words maybe can be very forceful. And it can bother people, obviously, because they don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to be told they're doing anything wrong. But I feel that when my words are measured, it's like a take it or leave it kind of energy when you are confronted with a person. Well, if you want to, if you know, it's up to you, choose your adventure. We can say that, and I do say that. But this really isn't about choosing your adventure. Free will forever is at play. These are collective readings. I haven't said that. Any energy, any sign. And gender is an afterthought because really we have both the masculine and feminine within us. Gender is an afterthought in the sense of it's not specific and it's not really necessary in a sense because energy is not about a gender. Actions, it's words. That's what we're feeling, we're reading. We are all energy. We have both masculine and feminine within us. So at any given time, he or she, you could be more in your masculine or your feminine. And really take what resonates and leave the rest in the sense of you don't have to listen to this reading if you don't want to. You have free will. You can turn off. But it would be pointless for me. No point at all for me to sit here week after week telling you, spoon feeding you what you want to hear. That's not why I'm here. And maybe my message can be harsh. It's really not intended to piss you off, although I'm sure it does for a lot of you. It's intended to create change. You don't have to change, but if this message is hitting you and you're getting mad about it, it's because you need to change. It's not about having to change. It's you need to change. And whether this message reaches you now or later, it's timeless. You will change. This is the catalyst. This is the start of it. God is not going to come down here and specifically say to you, young man, young woman, because let's face it, he's older than the rest of us, right? Not judging. He's the Alpha Omega, baby. We have to have respect. But he's ancient, okay? Timeless, ancient. In a good way, Spirit, don't get mad. And he's not going to come down here and say, you need to smarten up. So he uses people like myself to do it for him. And this is really a loving rebuke, if anything. If you're getting a rebuke from God, be grateful that he's even paying attention and cares about your situation. There's some people that he will never shine his light towards because they're too far gone. If he's trying to correct you, you should be happy for that, even though it's harsh and it may not sound wonderful. It may not be even delivered wonderful. But when somebody is sending a message to you, for some of you, and if you're honest with yourself, for some of you, you need that. You need that kick in the ass. You need that fire under you because you're not going to change otherwise. You're going to sit there, like it says here, the moon, and deceive yourself into thinking that you're doing everything you're supposed to do. And really, none of us really know, if we're raised a certain way, that there is a life outside of our lives, our family situations, until we go out into the world and we see the difference. But maybe, like a lot of people, we stay comfortable in family situations that are similar, or friends that are like us. So we never see the change. And if we do, we make fun of it. We put it down. Those people are weird. That's a freak. They don't live they don't live a good life. They're stunted. They believe in God. So they must be weirdos. Must be those Christian freaks, Whatever. You could say what you want about Christian freaks. But I feel like in my mind, my life, if you don't have an anchor to something, you have an anchor to nothing. And you're just spinning your wheels round and round, floating through life and not really getting the point of it. It's not about personal pleasures. It really isn't. But I'm not here to tell you what life is about. That's your journey. I'm here to read an energy that needs to hear a harsh message. And it has to be delivered the way it is because I am who I am. I'm not going to change for people. And not that I can't change, I've changed an awful lot since I was younger. I used to be worse, believe it or not. I used to be worse. I feel like I'm seasoning this shit with salt. Before it was just delivered raw. So I've come a long way. But it's like I feel like this message has to be delivered in this way. And sometimes I'm less and sometimes I'm more depending on the circumstances. So that's just my spiel. It went on way too long as far as I'm concerned. So the moon is here and there's a deception. I feel like a lot of people are deceiving themselves. They have hidden fears, they're doing hidden things, and they're thinking, nobody's watching, nobody's paying attention. Hell yeah, there's people, please. Get over your bad self. God sees everything. Whether you recognize him as God or not, I don't care. That's who it is. And there's no place that you can go and hide what you are, who you are. No closet you can close yourself in. No ocean deep enough that God can't find you, can't see. And God is not afraid to go into the dark places and shine his light there. He's not. And he created everything. He has a right to go anywhere he damn well pleases. So 5 of Swords is here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's conflict in a person's life. I feel like there's a power struggle, and I feel like this struggle is internal for somebody. 12:21 on the clock. They want to change, but they want to be accepted. They want to be who they are. They feel like they're going to be judged because the people that they hang around with are that kind of person. To take the heat off themselves, they will judge other people, make fun of other people, and control the group dynamic. And that's creating a lot of maybe resentment for you, the person watching, and being a dishonest person to fit in. That's what I'm hearing. There's an illusion here. There's an illusion about everybody in that group, but whatever. We only have so many people we can help out in a day. So 9 of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Swords. Swords is truth, man. Swords isn't. It's like in the Bible, it talks about the sword of the tongue being sharp and cut. That could be you, or that could be somebody in the group that is very nasty, their mouth. You could think that I'm nasty with my mouth. I would agree at times I can be. I do. I can be very, politically correct when I need to be, but sometimes I choose not to be. That's how I am. Love me or hate me, I am what I am. I am's what I am's. 9 of Swords. Somebody is stressed. Inner turmoil. Again, guilt. Overthinking. Sitting up at night it's like that song, What About Me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share, can't you see? I want to live, but you just take more than you give. It's like somebody feels misunderstood. But what they're doing is creating their own misery and by their choices and their illusions. They're deluding themselves that this is okay. I can get through this. I'm strong. I shouldn't have to worry about this. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm getting along with people. I'm a good person. Maybe you are a good person. I'm not here to judge you. And this is not a judgment. Not my judgment, anyways. I'm just the messenger. And like they say, don't kill the messenger. People can throw a stone because they're shut up, go away. They don't want to hear your shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going away just because you throw a stone. The problem is I'm holding up a mirror. You're throwing a stone at glass. You're throwing a stone at yourself. You don't want to hear it because it's true. You may be a good person, but you're not doing good things. And you're deluding yourself into thinking that you are just because you hang around with low vibing people that are doing the exact same thing. Insecure people that don't feel good about themselves and want to control a narrative. And they're not in control of anything. Not at all. It's a joke because it's not even funny. Not making fun of these people, but they're fucked up and they're deluded and thinking that nobody sees what the fuck they're doing behind closed doors. Please, you're being exposed, naked and afraid. You have humiliated people. This group has humiliated people, and you've participated in this, whoever's tuning in here. Initiations, nonsense. So, I see things that it just makes my stomach turn. Spanking. It's so fucking ridiculous. My God, people. I can't. I just can't do it. I can't. God, please. Whatever. You want to be a freaky fucking dinks, that's on you, man. Don't be sending me this shit. I don't want to see it. I just don't. Judgment's here. Judgment is here. Alright, let's get the thing. Hear ye, hear ye. All rise. The divine has made a judgment on a group of people. The toxic posse, as they say. At least I say it. There is a group of people, man. It's doing the absolute most. Too much. Too much is good for nothing. There's a judgment on this group. Okay? Judgment. Now, for a while, man, they've gone away. Hangman. Put it in suspense, right? Somebody wants to break the pattern. Somebody wants to let go. There's going to be a metamorphosis. Change. Caterpillar turning into a butterfly. Somebody in this group knows that this is the end. The end of an era. Now, past, present, and future energy, this could have already been disbanded, but there's going to be a disbanding of a group. And it ain't a singing group here like the Supremes, okay? This is a group of people, could be a coven. There's a judgment. Because these people, too, have ruined people's lives, or at least attempted to. Some people, they have ruined their lives. They've created anxieties. They've created post-traumatic stress in people. People looking at their lives and thinking they suck because they don't fit in with a group of people, or they judged themselves. But they're going after a person that's a star. Particularly viciously going after somebody here that had the audacity to elevate above this group. Inspiring. Yeah, they don't want to hear it. They want this person to shut up. Yeah, this is the King of Swords could be a leader of this group. Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, I'm saying it's in the upright, but it's an illusion, right? The moon is here, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is a distorted king trying to hide their bad self. But other people look at them in the upright. They go through life in the upright. Authoritative, a leader, has integrity, wise, person who controls decisions, maybe a boss. But this person is abusing their power. They're dishonest, okay? They're manipulative, could be even a tyrant in certain instances, has this measure of control. I can see this person, very controlled. But inside, it's a whole other world going on. Whole other world. Has importance, at least thinks they are. Assertive. People follow this individual. It's also a Queen of Wands in the upright. I'm going to take it in the reverse because it's a distorted couple. Aries, Leo, Sag. Now, if you're not saying, well, that can't be me she's talking about, they're all looking around pointing the fingers. I'm not an Aries, I'm not a Leo, I'm not this, that, or the other. I'm not a Sagittarius, I'm not Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have more than one astrological sign aspected in your chart. Look it up. It's free. Plug in your date of birth, right? Maybe a year. Not sure how it works, but it'll, calculate all the different astrological signs. But anyways, it doesn't matter even if it's not any of those things. You don't have any Aries there, whatever. It's the energy. Like I said, I'm pointing it out, but it's not really important if you're a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Aries, Leo, or Sag. The point is you have these authoritative or what is it called? Characteristics of these astrological signs in your chart, okay? So there you go. So a queen and a king. Now, the Queen of Wands can be very independent, can be very confident, leader in their own right, passionate about what they believe in, and an influencer as well. Strong individual. But in the reverse, it's all the opposite. Codependent, controlling, impatient, manipulative, insecure, right? So these two people are the one thing they share in common as far as the leader, they share in common. So both of them might even get into fights because who's the one that's controlling, right? Who's the one that's running the show today? Who's going to run this town tonight? Let's do rock, paper, scissors. See what happens. These two also share leadership. They're both leaders. They're both change makers. They make decisions. People follow them. Yeah. And manipulative and controlling. Both of them controlling, both of them manipulative, and both of them want to be the boss. This is the group. This is the leaders of the pack. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles is here, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Very focused, both of them, and motivated. Maybe mastered something, like controlling people. Working hard at that. But it's like wasted effort. Because God sees what they're doing. They're working their magic, and it's dark magic, to control people, situations, move the pieces on the chessboard, just so. Trying to control a star. Has a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, too. Now this person's being honest. They're in the reverse. One of the people in the group. Yeah, overindulging. Imbalanced. Unhealthy focus on material things. It's all about money, status, getting what they want. But presenting on the outside as very upright. Controlling a person, controlling people. They've done it for a long time. Controlling maybe you. You're part of that group. You could recognize yourself as this Queen of Pentacles that's unstable. Codependent on these people and their opinions because they are strong, opinionated leaders. Maybe you've admired them. So many people look to these people for validation and support. And it's all surface level. It's not deeper than that. If you don't follow the group, then you're out. Nine of Cups is here, but in the reverse. Everybody is discontented, materialistic, greedy, overindulging in pleasures, but feeling the lack of contentment with those pleasures. Maybe you've gone along with some of these things they've done in the group, controlling these people, forcing them into situations, maybe forced you into situations that's embarrassing, initiations, excess. And maybe you've given a lot to this group monetarily and no appreciation for it. Just keep holding your hand on. Maybe they've held things over your head that you've needed to do these things. Things that you're not proud of, things you're embarrassed about. Nine of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer in the reverse though. I feel like this is going to end. And you want to get the hell off the ship before it all goes down. Three of Wands is here. You want to progress. And maybe you have grown up since you started with these people. Time has marched on. And you're just getting aggravated with the whole thing. It's like you're done with it. Frustrated, you're like fed up. The devil's here. Oof. Yeah, the devil always shows up. There's a lot of fear of leaving these people, but there's unhealthy bondages, enslavement, feeling trapped. Temptations got you into a mess. Temptations. Yeah, I can see this. Like masked events. Yikes. Who's going to get paddled first? It's like, I can't. It's disgusting. Please. Enough. This out of my head, Spirit, please. Setting boundaries. You needed to set boundaries, or you need to start doing that. Because everybody feels like it's like toxic. Everybody feels like they're doing everything to fit in. Nobody's saying nothing about it being wrong, so they think they're doing everything all right. But there's abuse here, abusive. People are abusive with their mouths, angry at times. Like you better do what you're supposed to do. You try to break free. It's almost like you can't. They play foolish games. Pin the tail on what? That's what I want to know. Ugh, please. Naked and Afraid. That's one of the games. Naked and Afraid. And you have to participate. Yeah, it's kept you stuck. At first it was like really thrilling. You feel like home. Somebody feels like home to you. Somebody that's decent though. Somebody that would never participate in this fuck shit. Capricorn. It could be a Capricorn, or this person could be. You feel like no choice. You've had no choice for a long time, but it's in the reverse. Maybe they've threatened you. Have video footage. Yes, video footage. Maybe you're a workaholic. Could be working with these people. Mental anguish is here, but it's in the reverse. You're trying to come out of that. Yeah, workaholic is here. You could be a person that's a workaholic. Friends with benefits. Why did I think you've been passed around like that? Somebody's being passed around. Could be in this group. Whew, blessings. There's blessings. Somebody's a blessing. And there's gossip. People are trying to take this person down. Secretive is here. It's like trying to be on the down low, but now it's out in the open. It's not. Ask your spirit guides for help. So you have spirit guides, ancestors that you could be asking for help and not asking for help. You're kind of stuck and you don't necessarily want to believe in God. Maybe you feel like God's let you down because you're in this situation and you feel like you're blaming God. God's like, it's not my fault, son or daughter. It's choices. You got free will. You were asked to participate in an initiation and you did. Nobody forced your hand. I was lost before I met you, and that's in the reverse, so you're not lost anymore. I feel like you're finding your way out of this situation. You're a loner. Maybe that's how you felt your whole life. You want somebody to unblock you. Shady friends is here. Hell yeah. There's some shady friends. Fickle. Maybe you're back and forth about leaving or staying because in some on some level it's very sexually satisfying what goes on. You earn back your trust. I want to earn back your trust, but it's in the reverse. You're not thinking this person will ever trust you because you know better. You're gonna have to tell this person what you've done, and you're like, I'd rather never see this person again than admit that I've done this stuff. Maybe you've done initiations or magical stuff to block this person. Yeah, blocked is here. You're blocked in life because you like signed a deal with the devil, I'm hearing. Yeah, Lord. Maybe in blood, one of those initiations, a blood covenant. Oh man. Somebody got to you though, like I say when I set up this, when I do these readings, it's like this is, you may not feel the effects of this reading today, but you're going to start chewing on this and thinking about it. For people that want to change, for people that are capable of changing, they know that they recognize their toxicities. This is going to like sit in this person's mind, whoever it is out there in YouTube land who's watching me or listening to this video. And something is going to ring true. And this is going to be a catalyst of change, whether you recognize it or not, whether you want it to or not. It's going to happen. And maybe this person in your life that you met did that for you. You met them, their star. They got thrown out of this group or even ostracized or whatever. They weren't even near the group because the group could sense this purity about them and they were all tainted. So inevitably, obviously, you're not going to be invited to this. There's going to be no invitation for you to these freakos because, you know, you're not going to fit in and you wouldn't want to anyways. So this person changed you because it was a different kind of person. It wasn't the usual toxic person that just like unbuttons or unzips whatever. You tell them to, I don't even want to go into it. It's like all of these things are like coming through my head. It's like nastiness. Spirit, take it away. Calgon, take me away because I can't. Stagnation's in the reverse. So there's a door opening for you. There's a healer here, but in the reverse. You might have healing gifts, but your life has been stagnated and your gifts have been stripped. Yeah, because you're a hustler, baby. Oof, you've been hustling. And whatever gifts that you've had have been stripped from you. Now maybe you feel naked and afraid. You know this is wrong. What the hell's going on here? You know it. Free will's here, though. I'm going to tell you that. Free will's at play. Yeah, just look at this. People want me to shut up, but I'm going to drink some coffee. Hang on. I want to shut up for a second. Hang on. This is harsh. And I'm not even yelling. I'm not even yelling, and I know it's hitting you as if I'm screaming in your face because you know it's wrong. Free will's at play. Okay? Nobody forced you. You might be creative. But you feel like you're blocked. You're blocked in life. You are different. You're different from the rest. Okay? Now, with that said, you are different from the rest. You know this is wrong, and these people don't. They don't want to change. They don't want to change. They want to stay the same toxic, freaks that they are. And you are seeing this as wrong. And I feel like it's because you met a person that you know was a good person. And these people, this toxic posse, just decimated this person's character to you. Made you ghost the person, delete this person from your life. And you realize that this person didn't deserve it, but you went along with it. So now that's why you feel guilty, because you can't take back what you said. And you said a lot. And these people are saying, okay, you joined with us because you're one of us. And if you ever try to go towards that person or get out of this group, we're going to tell them 55, 53, what you said about them. And they will never look at you the same. So it's a kind of a Yeah. Stay with us or be erased. You want us to show the video of what you've been doing? These freaky deeks, these pates, these group events, at these initiations. You may have stayed at the fringes of the party, but you participated and you know it. The Hierophant, traditional values just flew out the window. You're a pretender. The lop is here. Yeah, it's like you got these dual personalities. And you feel like shit inside. You got this professional one. You got this freaky deek. You got this. It's like you're more than one person. You have to keep up the pretend lifestyle. Knight of Pentacles. You're trying to get the hell out of here because you don't like it, and you really don't, and you feel guilty about it, and it keeps you up at night. But it's like you're hanging with all these people that are doing everything the same. They're all like lemons, just doing it, going along with it, laughing. The laughter is it's not sincere. Smiles don't go straight to the eyes. It's like there's a haunted look in all of you for what you're doing. Except for this king, the King of Swords, they're loving it. Ten of Cups, yeah, you were going to give your love to somebody, but it's in the reverse. You didn't. You went along with the group consensus. They judged this person, and they said, don't talk to this person anymore. And they have spies everywhere, because this group runs deep. It did anyways, this coven. Everybody had eyes on what you were doing and saying. They control your life in a lot of ways. And it's all because of sexual temptations. Yeah, death in the reverse and ending. But you don't want it to end. I mean, you want it to end, but they're forcing you to stay. You want this nonsense to end. You didn't want the relationship to end with this person. You're holding on to this person energetically and their pureness. Conflict. It's like you're two different people. And it's like something's got to give. I feel like you realize that you got to make choices, decisions. You got to break away. You don't know how, because they got you in their grip and they're threatening, in a sense, nicely, you know? At first, it's always nice. You really want to leave us? You know you're part of us. We love you. We care about you. We're just concerned about you. And then it turns into threats, like real threats. Ace of Cups, you want a new beginning in love. But you feel like you have to go through the group in order for you to pick the person you want. It's almost like a ceremony. You know, which low vibing bitch do you want? Because we're not giving you a good one. We want you to have the one that's going to keep you stuck with us. We want you, it's all about aesthetics. We got the prettiest of the pack. They all want you. It's almost like that game, Bachelor, The Bachelor, but it's in a sick way. You walk into the room, there's all lights, it's hot because of all the candles everywhere, and there's all these women, maybe with masks on, and they're naked. Pick your choice. You know, you got this one, that one, and the third. They're all like touching this guy, and oh man, it's like the prize of the pack. You're the prize of the pack because you have magical gifts. These people are draining your gifts. They're draining you. It's almost as if you look in the mirror and you don't even know who you are anymore because your energy has been tainted. You've been tainted. You'll never be the same again seeing the stuff that you've seen. It's like watching porn on repeat. You're like a porn star, you are. Five of Swords. It's like all these people have like a piece of you. There's conflict in your life. You always have eyes on you, like Big Brother's always watching you. Big Brother could be that King of Swords. You could have really trusted that person and they let you down. They lied to you. Ten of Wands, you're overburdened with financial issues. Yep, and yep again. Nine of Cups, though. You thought at first it was a really good lifestyle, money rolling in. Maybe even you invested in this group, a business, some sort of side hustle outside of the confines of a job. Supposed to bring you big money, but there's an ending here. Death is here. Death is here. It's an ending. Now it's more struggles. The Magician. You could be a manifester, or these people could be magical, online. Could be a side hustle online, rizzing people for money. pretending to be a girl if you're a masculine, getting people to do stuff, maybe even a part of this group, like not part of the group, but rizzing people online to be a part of it, like they're the person that's being initiated, like finding new people, new blood to drain, new people to come to this parties or these events so that we can have somebody to like target, make them do humiliating things in front of everybody, gang sex, then doing like online stuff too on side, like having an online platform, getting people to pay money to do dirty things. Like you pretend, like, like you call these 900 numbers and all of a sudden they're telling you, hi, how are you? I'm Tiffany, when you really, your name is Sandy. And oh my God, I got blonde hair, even though you got mousy brown hair. I got blue eyes. No, they're not, they're brown. I'm like, 120, you're like 300 pounds sitting there laughing about what this person's doing. Let's go to the bathroom. Let's lick the toilet seat, doing stuff like that. You might do that as a side hustle. Yep, and maybe lure some of these really big spenders in this 900 number to, scenario to come to these parties and do stuff or be humiliated because it's a humiliation thing. They like to be humiliated. There's people out there that actually like to be humiliated and they pay for that. I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you. All right, so you're observing somebody, okay? Four of Pentacles from a distance. You're looking at somebody. You're watching somebody, and I feel like somebody could be watching you. You could be a part of a security thing, online security. Could be doing something with the computer. You're looking at somebody or trying to look into somebody. I don't know. You could be like a hacker. You're very possessive of somebody and you're watching them. It's in the reverse. Two of Pentacles. It's like you're really burdened by something. Like you're starting something, but you want to start new. You want to be different, but you feel very controlled. Page of Pentacles, by your environment, online, the job. This is a hustle with this group. This group does this. Want to earn some extra money? Hey, let me tell you something about this extra thing we could do. Go online, plug in, right? We have this website that we're doing, a couple of them, and it's a Riz. We type in, they call us up, we act like we're this, that, and the other. We're faking the funk. We're this person, we're not. We're a dominatrix, we're this, we're that. We're making people do stuff. And it turned into, all right, that's cool, it's extra money, I can do that. And then all of a sudden it's a rabbit hole, because it's not just about computers, it's not just about this anonymity, am I saying it right? I don't know. Being anonymous. Now it's in real life they're starting to do these things. It's starting to go into real life. Now we got to participate in this tomfuckery. Yeah, strength. You're trying to have the strength and the courage to break free. But this stuff was like really enticing to you at one time. So, I mean, you're like jumping out of your pants. Something's jumping out of your pants because you love the control. It was controlling other people. You have that aspected inside of your energy, a very controlling person. So you want to force people to do stuff. It's like, yeah, we got this side hustle. These people in your group knew that about you. And you could be like one of those people that's, good looking, got it going on in all areas, if you know what I mean. You draw them in to this freak show. Yeah. You have this confidence about you because you're like, you don't have to be afraid when you're naked, if you know what I'm saying. Uh, 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 uh. Yeah. Queen of Matches. Courage. Somebody's fierce. Could be the person that you like. They're fierce. There's a High Priestess in the reverse that is very controlling, magical, thinks, like they're doing witchcraft, dark magic, dark energies, could be controlling your ass with it too. A sexual thing. Oh my God. The Chariot's in reverse, so you're stuck. You're stuck with this person. A lot of dirty deeds done in the dark. This person does the most, and they also control you through sex and magic. Yep. Spell work. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Delusions. But you're not deluded anymore. I feel like you know what this is about. I feel like you're not in the dark anymore about this. You're just not. But the unknown, you don't know which direction you're in. It's in the reverse. You don't know where you're going to go with it because you're afraid to break free from these people. You're afraid because you've been initiated. There's a lot of stuff that's going down in this situation, and you're a part of it, and you know it. So how are you going to come back from that? Act like you're a good guy, good girl. How are you going to explain to this person that you're holding on to energetically, that you so admire, that you feel like has really changed you in a good way? Maybe opened your eyes up to that people can be decent and change. They didn't judge you like these other people are judging you. They judged you according to like your size. If you know what I mean. What's that song? Oh my God. Yeah, that's the song, if you know what I mean. I need a soldier. And he's got to stand up for me. Got to carry big things, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you carry big things, man. You got some big guns. Or a gun that's pretty sizable. Yeah, you're shooting that pistol off. No, it's more like a shotgun. Yeah. Yeah. They got these parties and they're bringing you out. Like you're like the star. Yeah, baby, you're the star. It's almost like what is it called? Like oh my God, what the hell is it called? Where they have these charities and these man charities. How much for this man? How much for that? Yeah, you're right up there, baby. Let's go. How much you gonna pay for a night with this one? Oh man, poor thing. You're a stud. You're a stud to these people. They use you like a stud, like a horse, not like a stud, like, ooh, you're such a stud, like a horse. When they use them to fertilize people like the other horses. Oh my God. Because you're a big boy. People pay good money for you. You could be bisexual too. There's men that pay a lot of money to have their way with you, and you've been used. You've been used by people. And you're embarrassed. You are bisexual, so you liked it at first. It was kind of nice. Now you just feel like you're just garbage. You feel like you've been so used that this good person that you see, that you couldn't have a traditional life with them because they would think you're disgusting. Actual money. So it's about actual money. It's all about the Benjamins. You've earned a good living being a stud. You've earned a good living doing this rizzing online. This side hustle that might be a full-time job at this point. But now it's like it's a dangerous game because the authorities could be looking in on this stuff, this group. Because there's a lot of like illegal shit that goes on in this group. Mentally, emotionally unstable. So you could be mentally and emotionally unstable. A divine masculine. You could be a divine masculine who's just, all over the freaking place. You don't know whether you're coming or going. I mean, you're coming clearly, but I mean, you don't know where you're going with it. Mature woman, you could be like in a mature woman. There could be a mature woman here. This could be about you and a mature woman, somebody that's different in age. Poverty. You could have looked at this person that they had nothing for you. You could have a child with a mature woman. Person that you hooked up with for money. Somebody that controls you. Somebody that controls you with their purse. You have a child with this person. You feel like a child with this person because they control you. You cry. They humiliate you. You have to beg for money. Maybe you're crying out to the universe for help. imprisonment. You feel imprisoned by this person. There's an awakening that you're having about this. You want to leave, travel. You could be in the travel industry. You want to get the hell out of this situation. You're in your south node, so this is all a sexual thing. You were bought and paid for by an older woman that controls your purse strings. You might have a child with this person. Might have been with this person for a while. This person's older than you or more mature than you, and like bamboozled you into this lifestyle. You got to keep it going because you have a lot of things riding on it, and this person has a lot to, what is it called? They use magic to get you sexually, and now they're controlling you. This is a rich girl, somebody who has money. It's a karmic feminine. Yeah, yeah. They're controlling you. Confusion, illusion. So it's drugs that's here as well. Keeping you confused. There's no ending to it because it's like you can't move forward. There's a twin flame here as well. Maybe they said they were your soulmate, your twin flame. Or they're keeping you from your twin flame to having a new beginning. Courthouse is here. Maybe they're threatening to divorce you and give you nothing. Yeah, emotional pains in reverse. Maybe you are leaving this person. You're working harder because you owe money, like child support if you have children with that person. This is a person that you held in high honor, but no longer. You know what they're about? Opposition. That's what they were. They're an ice queen in the reverse. Ooh, that's ugly. A soulmate is here. They pretended to be your soulmate, or this is a lesson, man. There was no soul enriching situation that happened in this case. Karma is in the reverse. So there could be a soulmate that you want to go towards, though. Karma is in the reverse. So there's a change here. I feel like you have learned a lesson. Maybe you're being released from a situation, a bondage situation, where in the past you got into situations. Like I said, past, present, and future energy is always at play. And you did some dirty deeds. You did some stuff. You paid your karmic lesson. You got out of this, like, it's almost like mafia-like situation. And you want to go towards a person, a soulmate, maybe a twin flame that's kept you anchored all these years. Relationship is in the upright. But there's a Jezebel here. It could have been a Jezebel, but there's a relationship that was like an illusion. You were in a relationship with somebody that thought that told you they were a twin flame. Maybe you didn't know what the fuck that was, and you looked it up on Google or whatever. Because since you're good with computers, right? And I'm not judging you, okay? I'm not making fun of you, but you are. You're a hacker. Just saying. So they said that we were soulmates. They were controlling you magically. You were bamboozled. You did a blood covenant with this, this bitch, this witch bitch. And then you also started this rizzing situation. You got into that. You also went to these freak offs. You did stuff like that. Jezebel energy, right? The person you're with is clearly a Jezebel. But there's real love here. But now you might have had a health scare. Doing the drugs, being controlled with drugs and other substances. You could have had a health scare, but it's in the reverse. It's aged you, though. Mature man in the reverse. You might not be like old, but you look older because of the situation. Yeah. But there's a priestess here that's in the upright. Maybe you moved on from this person or they moved on from you. That's the person that you want to be with. The pathway is not clear. It's in the reverse. You don't know which way to go with it, but you're thinking about this person heavily. They're an earth angel to you. You want to make them a love offer. So you falsified some documents about this person. You might have said something about this person. You were an op to this person. You were opposition to this person. They made you as part of their initiation because they didn't like this person. You could have been working with this person or in school with this person or a neighbor. This is a person that they said about this person, they were not welcome in the group. You have to get rid of this person and you got to prove your loyalty. Okay, so I don't know if you signed something about this person or like called the authorities on this person, saying they were an abuser, or tried to take a child from this person, or said they were a bad parent, or you did something to break this person. Maybe they don't know about it, but the group knows about it. And that's why you can't come towards this person, because you did something to throw them under the bus. You did something to break this person's heart, and they don't even know it. So you'd have to say something, because these people are holding this against you. You signed the contract, you called the police, you said something about this person, you went to court against this person, whatever the case is, you did something to try to ruin this person, and you were participating in that. Maybe even doing ritual magic to stop this person's finances, or legally take something from them, like a child. Yeah, you lied about a person. This earth angel, the one that you've been holding on to energetically, and you don't want to admit it. You don't want to admit it because you're embarrassed about what you did for money, to fit in. You're embarrassed because you realize what all this was about. You've come out of this delusion, this fog, and now you feel humiliated, like used up and spit out. You feel like you're damaged goods, not good enough for this earth angel. So you stay in silence and you walk behind this person in the shadows. Temperance, balance is here, necessary. You're working hard. Seven of Pentacles is here. Black magic is here as well. Five of Wands. See, you were up to this person. You feel like a fool that you did that. Three of Cups, the power of three. You drank and toasted to this person's demise. How do you come back from that? You're in isolation now. You're the devil in reverse, so you've changed. You're embracing traditional values. But Page of Swords, this person could be guarded against you, and you know it. You could have a measure of success now in your life. You're a King of Pentacles. But you're looking at this person as the Four of Pentacles. This person's sexy to you. Beautiful. An earth angel. But you with the Seven of Swords, you deceive this person. You were an op, and all for Three of Pentacles, for the love of money. You went against this person. Legal issues. This is what I just said. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Spirit. Eight of Swords. You kept this person bound energetically, trying to tie them down that they couldn't move. Keep them in this slumber of not moving, not advancing, not doing anything. Oh, God. Taking stuff away from this person, like saying stuff about them. Six of Cups is here. But you see, this person's going to have a victory. Eight of Pentacles. This person is still studying and working hard, and you see that. They could be in a karmic connection with somebody else, but justice is going to be here for this person. Two of Wands, a choice. They had a choice. You're obsessed with this person. But you know intuitively, this person's going to have success, and it's not going to be with you. This is an Empress. They're being offered love from somebody else, and they're guarding themselves against you. You're not judging this person anymore. I think you're judging yourself more. You're an Emperor, or they could be getting an Emperor, and you're a Knight of Pentacles. You don't feel like you're good enough for this person. This person had options and choices, and they're going to have success. And they're not going to, you didn't see this person's gift, the gift of this person that the universe gave you, Four of Cups. Because you were an emotional manipulator, and you've been emotionally manipulated. You could have had a wonderful life with this person. You're seeing them happy with somebody else. It could have been you. Could have been you. But Nine of Wands, even though this person's been busted up and talked about and stomped on, and their reputation has been dragged through the mud, whether they're even aware of that or not, they're still a loving person. And you love this person. Even though you went up against them, they're still going to have a chance. You wanted a chance, Ace of Cups. You wish you could get a chance. If only you could. You dream about that all the time. The Sun is here. You want to be generous to this person, but you know there's an ending. You broke this person's heart. And they're going to get a Ten of Cups. They're moving on. Maybe you were a vampire. You were an energy vampire. But they're moving away from that. Maybe they were with an energy vampire. and they're moving away towards their happiness. And you're stuck just watching them walk away with tears in your eyes, because you know if you come towards this person, you're going to have to explain yourself, and you don't even know where to begin. You feel used, tainted. You feel like they would look at you differently if they knew the truth. All right, we got to end this because I can't believe how long this is going on. Thank God. All right. You probably feel the same way. You feel like you can't believe how long this is going on. You let a lot of time go by. Too much time. And you feel like there's no time. Time is up with this connection. And it's breaking your heart. Breaking your heart. Because this was the one. And you know it. This person changed your life. And you tried to end theirs. At least energetically. Unexpected growth. I will remember perfection is impossible. Mistakes are inevitable and do not cause evil in my life. Failures are how I learn, grow, and manifest my best self. I will embrace my perceived missteps with open arms and welcome the experience into my life. Amen. You've grown. You've grown. You've changed. And karmically, I feel like the door is opening. You've been trapped for a long time in your head. You've been trapped in a group dynamic that is so toxic and embarrassing. You're embarrassed. You feel like your life is like that show, Naked and Afraid. Now all of a sudden you're being exposed. You're being threatened that you're going to be exposed. And you don't want to be exposed for the bisexual that's in the closet. You don't want anybody to know that. And you don't want the video evidence to be shown in public. That's what's being threatened by a mature woman that's been controlling you for a long time. Maybe somebody that you have been in a connection with. You've done a lot of things that you're not proud of. But I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to forgive yourself and you need to move forward. If you can't tell your truth, write it down. Write it down. Say how sorry you are. Say everything you've done, burn it, whatever you want to do. You can't move forward if you don't face what you've done in the past, what's in front of you. Your past, you can't run from it, my friend. And don't worry about this earth angel. You know, forgiveness starts from within. Maybe you have lost out on this gift from the universe. Maybe you have. Maybe this was your twin flame. But as I've said many times, a twin flame connection is not about reunion or union. It's about growth and change. And you can thank that person because they gave you the opportunity for a different life, a way out, whether you know it or not. You didn't know it at the time, but this person has changed your life. Be grateful, my friend, and go forward. And realize this video, you're forgiven. Okay? This is confirmation. You are forgiven. So forgive yourself. And have a happy life, my friend. I know that God is saying that to you, and I'm saying that to you. I wish you the best in your journey. Thank you so much for joining me on Empress Aries 888. Please like and subscribe and join my tribe because I'd love to have you. Till next time, be safe out there, my friends. Be blessed.